Well, thank you guys. Thanks for coming. Saturday morning, we're going to get ready for the weekend. It's a slightly grey day, but we're going to, a bit like last Saturday. Last Saturday was a bit wet. So we're going to cheer ourselves up, get out of any sort of gloomy day blues. And this weekend, we have yet another eclipse. So it was only 2 weeks ago, we had the solstice and the solar eclipse, new moon. 2 weeks before that, we had a lunar eclipse, full moon. Tomorrow we have another lunar eclipse, full moon. It's crazy time. So if you're feeling it, you know, just let yourself feel it. Lots of huge change for a lot of people in their personal lives. Lots of things happening, sort of shedding layers. And you might have, if you're sort of into this kind of thing, you might have heard this idea that we're moving from 3D to 5D, and the idea of that is that the energy on the planet is just getting so strong. It's connected to where we are in the galaxy as well. I don't want to bore you with, you know, astronomy, but it is really interesting what's happening with where we are. And the last time we were where we are now is a very long time ago. So it's like, you know, the energy that we're feeling now from the positioning of the planets and everything is very, very strong and very rare. You know, this isn't something we'll ever experience again in our lifetime. So it's a really, really wonderful time to be alive and to experience all of this. And I know it's very hard, but it is, you certainly can't say it isn't an experience. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go back 4 weeks to a little meditation that we did on the weekend 4 weeks ago when we had the first lunar eclipse. And we're going to just work with a releasing, cleansing meditation. So I'm just going to read this meditation to you, and we'll get comfortable, and then you're just going to repeat it back to yourself. And you can say that internally, or you can say it out loud. It's entirely up to you. So come to find a comfortable place to sit. Feel free to sit on a cushion if you'd like to. Good. So come to get comfortable and start to close your eyes, lift all through the spine, and bring your hands onto your knees and turn your palms up and bring index finger and thumb together. And just focus into your breath and see how you're feeling today. Personally, I'm sort of hypersensitive to energy and to how things are around. And I felt earlier in the week, like I've said it a few times, like I was in a washing machine being spun around, really tumultuous, really sort of like loads of emotions, just lots of things coming up for me. And then the last 2 days, I've started to feel like that whirlwind has calmed a little bit. So I hope that if you've been through that as well, that you're feeling a little bit better today. That's also connected to some huge planetary alignments and conjunctions, which are hard to deny as affecting us on the planet. So hopefully you can just feel, as you sit and breathe now, that things are a little bit calmer within. But of course, we're all on our own individual journeys, and I wouldn't ever suggest that I know how you're feeling, because only you know. So check in with yourself. And if there's areas of your body that feel tense and tight, emotions feel stuck or raw, wounds coming up, old pains, old patterns, then just breathe a little deeper into them. Feel as you breathe that your breath is easing in and out of that specific area in your body, that emotion in your body, that energy center in your body. And see, as you breathe now, see if it's possible to lengthen out your exhale. We're not going to count specifically to create a longer exhale, but just see if it's possible to be aware and conscious enough of your breath to notice that your exhale is just that little bit longer. So just let it draw out just that little bit longer. Couple more really conscious breaths like that, real conscious breath work. And then continuing to breathe in that way, still really focusing on lengthening out that exhale. Start to become aware, as well as your of your breath, become aware of your body. So be aware of your whole body. Scan down, like you're sort of spiraling your awareness down your body in your own time, in your own way, just making sure you're taking in every part, scanning all the way down, down, down. And try to relax, as well as keeping a really nice active sense through the spine. And I'm just going to read this releasing, cleansing meditation to you that we worked with 4 weeks ago. So if you've been here every Saturday, this will possibly be familiar to you, to where we were back then at the beginning of this crazy time. So you can repeat this mentally, or you can say it out loud. I am a being of love and light. Under the power of the moon, my cares and worries are set free into the night sky. I ask that they be transmuted with love into heavenly energy. Free from their weight, I feel liberated and radiant. I sparkle from within and feel a deep connection to the universe. I send cosmic showers of love to all of mankind and Mother Earth. I am a being of love and light. So just feel connected to that part of you that is love, that is light. That part of you that transcends ego mind, transcends stress and worry and everyday problems, and is part of a greater consciousness and an awakening on the planet at this time. Feel that you are part of that. And the word that really sums up this weekend and the energy of this lunar eclipse full moon is co-creation. We are co-creators. We are not victims. We are able to co-create a beautiful love on the planet, a beautiful future for the planet. So it's your opportunity to really dream, meditate, take time to be in nature and feel that you are an abundant being who can work with the energy of co-creation. And now really is the time to start to work with that energy. We need to pick ourselves up out of being victims, out of feeling sorry for ourselves and sorry for the world and having pity and just saying, that's enough. We're going to make this better. We're going to do what we can to heal this. And we're not going to expect the governments or the politicians or the leaders of the world to fix anything anymore. We're just going to start to do it ourselves in our own lives, in our own hearts, with our friends, with our families, with our communities. We can build a new world together. So you might want to just bring your hands to your heart, your left hand first, and then your right hand on top, and really connect and take some deeper breaths into Anahata, which is where it all comes from. When we're moving into this new vibration, this 5D energy, it's all about the heart. Forget the mind and the ego and all the thinking. Intuitive love, heart space, heart energy, compassion for each other. That's where it's at. So if you can connect to your heart and bring a smile to your face, that's going to help to release some lovely happy hormones into your body, help you to relax, help you to feel a little bit enlivened this morning. And then place your hands together in Namaste. Bring the hands together, bring the palms, thumbs, fingers together. Drop the shoulders back and down. Lift a little taller, lift the chin slightly. And we'll take an Om. Deep breath in. Om. Good. And then keep your eyes closed, but start to roll out your shoulders. So slow, slow, rolling out. Roll them forwards or back first, depends on how it feels for you. Just release any clicks and creaks in there if you've been working hard this week. Everyone working online these days, lots of work on the laptop, and just ease out those shoulders. Start to go the other way, forwards or back. Really overly accentuate that rolling through your shoulders. Good. Just let go of any clicks. Wonderful. We're then going to inhale to squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. Really squeeze them. Take a deep breath in and then open the mouth. Good. Do that again. Inhale. Squeeze them up so you can really feel quite a juicy sensation there. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. Open the mouth. And then one more time. Should feel it quite burning in there as you do this. Inhale. Squeeze up. Inhale through the nose. Hold the breath in. Open the mouth. Good. And then just have a little wriggle. Bring the hands up to about elbow height and just have a little rotate. So you're really feeling that getting down your back into your shoulder blades. You can keep your head still. Or if you're okay, start to move your head as well. If that doesn't make you feel giddy, move your head too. Start to really over accentuate this now. Use your elbows like you're trying to whack something with your elbows as you move back. Feel that getting right down into your lower back. Wonderful. And then come back to center. Lift your arms up and exhale around to your right. Right hand behind, left hand onto the knee. Twist to look over your right shoulder. See if the right hand wants to come round and just come into your top of your left hip. So that just encourages a little bit more twist. Drawing the belly in, just feeling that through the spine. Breathing deep here. And then inhale, lift your arms slowly up. And exhale around to your left. Looking over your left shoulder. Bring your left hand round. Tuck it into your right hip, if you can. Right top of your thigh, waistband, wherever you can find. Deep breath, deep sort of belly breath here. Really deep down into your belly. And then inhale, lift your arms up and come forwards into a fold, releasing your lower back. Come down nice and slow, bring the forehead down. And then inhale, slowly walk the hands up and take the hands behind you. Fingers are facing back, so you've got your forearms forwards. Start to squeeze the shoulder blades together first. And then start to lift up your chest, lift up your sternum. Feel it right from your navel, ground down into your sit bones. Let your head go back as far as feels comfortable for you. Really open up your throat chakra, your throat energy center. And then slowly lift the head back up. If you can, from here, come from cross-legged and just roll onto your knees and back into child's. Bring the forehead down, if you can. Otherwise, just get round into the pose any way possible. Just bring yourself round into child's and just rest down here. And just come back to that intention that we've got for our practice this morning. What I'm really trying to do at the moment is I'm really trying to think out of the box about what's possible for the world. I think over the years, personally, I'm such an optimist, so positive, but it's really hard to think and dream of a world that is better than the one we live in, because we've just, from the day we were born, we've been exposed to so much that tells us that there's no other way. It has to be this way. It has to be war. It has to be destruction. It has to be poverty. There isn't enough. This is just, it isn't fair because that's just the way it is. But it's really like trying to think out of that box and think, actually, maybe there is another way if we just try something else. And who knows what that is, but we have to dream it before we can allow it to happen. We have to have faith that it's possible. So that's what I've really been trying to work with this week, and encouraging others to do as well, is to try to think, are we just being told that that's how it has to be? Because that's the system that we live in and the way the world is? Or is it possible that there's another way that's fairer and more full of love and enough for everybody, and people can thrive, and it doesn't have to be the injustices and the inequalities that we see in the world around us? So take some deep breaths, because that's a big thing that we're thinking here. That's a huge dream that we're trying to create. It's a big box to climb out of. It's like the frogs in a well, isn't it? The frogs looking up and all they see is that little bit of blue sky. It's like, wow, what would the frogs think if they got out the well? You know, it's like us. Can we think of what might be beyond that little bit of the world that we perceive? Anyway, I'll stop rambling on. Let's move. Let's inhale. Come to all fours. I hope you don't mind my ramblings. Look up to all fours. Take your tailbone high. Look up. Let's have a good stretch. Tuck the toes under. Exhale down, facing dog, gazing back between the knees. Have a little roll out here. So you know this pose well. If you're not feeling great in it this morning, you can always drop to your knees anytime. But as you're holding it, just lengthen up for your tailbone, push the thighs back, squeeze into your heels, and then just have a little roll towards your little toes. Just see how it feels. So you're just taking your ankles from what can sometimes feel like a sinking in towards the inner foot, towards the big toe. You're just going to roll it out a little bit. It's a much better alignment for your foot, much better for your ankle. And we do need to look after the feet and ankles in yoga because obviously we use them so much. Feel that lengthening now up the back of the legs to the tailbone. Squeeze the armpits together, gazing back. Find your breath in and out of your nose if you're okay to breathe that way today, if you haven't got any sort of allergy or anything. Deep breath in, draw your belly in. And then exhale, let's come forwards to plank. If you need to, lower your knees and just lift your feet. So you're in a half plank, but if possible, stay up and hold. Another deep breath in. And then you can either lower the knees first or bring the elbows, bend the elbows back rather than out as you lower. So try not to end up with your elbows out here. It's not a good alignment to come down to chaturanga. Point your toes, bring the forehead to the mat. Push into your hands to inhale to come up to cobra. As you exhale, tuck your toes under and go back to down facing dog. As you inhale, lift your right leg high and exhale, swing it back free between your hands. Lower your left knee down. Draw that right foot forwards. If it didn't quite get where you want it to be, lift up. Sink through your hips, squeeze your inner thighs together. We're not going any further than this. You could come up onto your fingers or make fists if your wrists aren't great. Lift to look straight ahead and then just feel a stretch from your right knee all the way back through to your left knee. And breathe. Just feel yourself stretching and opening. Ground into the right foot, into the right heel. Wonderful. One more inhale. And then bring the hands flat to the mat. And we're going to go to a three-legged dog. Don't worry if you can't do this, but make sure your left toes feel really firm to lift your left knee and lift the right leg high as you swing back. See if you can keep the right leg high as you exhale forwards to plank. Then lower the leg as you come down to the mat. So that's quite strong. Don't worry if you had to lower your leg earlier. Inhale, come to cobra. Exhale, go back to down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. And exhale, bring that left foot back between the hands and lower your right knee down and look up. Same again, we're just stretching it out. So ground into the left foot. Feel that stretch. Feel you're trying to lengthen from your left knee down through your inner thighs to your right knee. Come up onto your fingertips, lift your heart, drop your shoulders down. Deep breaths. Nice, smooth, deep breaths. Just feel that sinking down, that stretching out, that lifting up. Activate the belly a little, shoulders down. And then hands come firm to the floor again, and we're going to go back to that three-legged if you can. So make sure the right toes feel really firm. Lift the right knee, swing that left leg high. Lower it if you need, but if you can, vinyasa, exhale forwards to plank and lower. Inhale, come up to a cobra. And then exhale, go back onto your knees and bring your forehead to the mat. As you go back, slide your hands back either side of your ears. Bring your knees a little bit closer together as you lift your chest and then come all the way up. Bring the palms together and exhale, bring the hands back down to the heart as you lower the bottom onto the heels. If this feels too strong for your knees or thighs, just stay a little bit more upright. You could just stay here. Okay, we're just going to be here a little moment, a little breath. And then inhale, come up, lift the arms. And keep the arms shoulder width apart now. You're going to exhale, come forwards to all fours and slide onto your forearms. So the tailbone's sticking up. We're pushing the tailbone back. Thighs are pushing back. So you want to feel like your hips are above your knees. From there, just bring the forehead down. So push back a little as you bring the forehead down. So we're coming into a little Anahatasana. So this is like a gentle version of it. Try and tip so you're almost like squashing your nose. So it's not the top of the forehead that's on the mat. It's kind of like the whole forehead. So your nose is quite squished. You might have to breathe through your mouth. From there, just lengthen your arms away. So come off your elbows and push your arms, push your fingertips towards the front of the mat and feel a length through your spine. So the elbows have come up. Now, some of you will be able to lift your head and then lower your chin, which will bring your chest right down onto the mat. But don't worry if that feels too much. It's Anahatasana. Anahata is the heart. So this is our heart pose. We're trying to connect our heart to the heart of Mother Earth, her rhythm, her pulse, her breath. So wherever you are, however much concrete there is between you and the soil beneath the building that you're in, just feel yourself connected to Earth. Bring one hand at a time, either side of your ears, and come up, carefully come up to all fours, looking up. From there, we're going to tuck the toes under and exhale back to down facing dog. From down dog, we're going to bend the knees, look forwards, take a step or lots of steps to come to the front of the mat. Fingertips are on the floor, or the shins as you look up. And then exhale, come down into a fold. Bend your knees as you inhale, lift the arms, slowly come up, bring the palms together, looking up. And exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Good. So we're going to begin to flow. So just feel really connected in here at Tadasana. I'm just going to pull this back. There's a little corner there that I'm worried I'm going to whack my head on at some point. So just come back a little way from there. Wonderful. So let's begin to flow. And as we flow, we're going to really think about, we've got a few poses that are moon poses. Anjayasana is a half moon pose. And Ardha Chandrasana is also called a half moon pose, but they're quite different. But we're going to come to both of those. We want to really be thinking about the moon because this is our lunar eclipse weekend. So inhale as you lift up, lean back. We're just trying to think about making that little moon curved spine as you look up, and then exhale, slowly come down into a fold. As you inhale, look up halfway. As you exhale, take your right foot back and lower your knee. Ground into your left foot. Inhale, lift your arms up, bring your palms together. As you exhale, bring the hands down. Now see if you can go to that three-legged dog again. Don't worry if you can't. Down dog is fine. We're going to inhale, swing that left leg high. And exhale, forwards to a plank, lowering that left foot down with you as you come to the mat to Chaturanga. Inhale, come up to Cobra. Exhale, taking it back to child's pose. Sink back on the heels, bring the forehead down and glide your hands back either side of your ears. Push into your fingertips. Inhale, come up a little way, bring the knees together and then lift all the way up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, sit back down on your heels. Take a deep breath in to close your eyes and pause. A long, slow exhale. And then inhale, push to lift up. Use your thighs if you can to really push up. Bring the arms up, shoulder width apart. Exhale, come down to all fours. Onto your forearms, tailbone high, push the thighs back. Forehead to the mat and then lengthen your arms. Fingertips reaching to the front of the mat. Stay here or lift the head and lower your chin. Anahatasana, deep breath in. Long, slow exhale. Hands either side of the ears. Push up all fours. Tuck the toes under. Exhale, down facing dog. Inhale, right leg goes high. Exhale, swing it through between the palms. So make sure it's there, bring it forwards. If you want to go lighter here, lower your left knee down, okay? Otherwise, keep it up. Keep your left hand firm on the floor. Inhale, lift your right arm high. Sink your right hip low to hold. You can always lower that left knee if this feels a bit too much. Wonderful. Take an inhale. And then exhale, bring the right hand down to the inside of the right foot. And then swiveling, lift your left arm up. Keep pushing back into that left heel. Watch the left foot doesn't sort of go into a funny angle. Try and make sure all 5 toes are firm on your mat. Looking up to your left thumb if you can. Good. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, bring the hand down. Take the right hand to the outside of the right foot and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, lift the arms. Reaching back. As you exhale, bring the hands to your lower back. Fingers down over your sit bones. Push the hands firm into your top of your sit bones. Squeeze the shoulder blades and elbows together. Push the hips forwards. See how that feels. Push hips and thighs, ground into the feet. Squeeze together a little bit more, open the heart, and then see if the head wants to go back. Carefully inhale, come all the way up. Take the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands down to your heart. Deep breath in. And a long exhale. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, come down into a fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Left foot, exhale it back, lower the knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up, bring the palms together. Exhale, bring the hands back down with the breath. Lifting the left knee, we're going to legged dog. So we'll inhale, swing the right leg high. Bring it down if you need, otherwise exhale through plank. Keep that right hip low as you lower. And then inhale to cobra. Exhale back to child's pose. Bring the forehead to the mat. Glide the hands back with you, either side of the ears. Push into the fingertips. Lift a little, knees come together. Inhale all the way up. Bring the palms together. Now tuck your toes under so your heels are lifted. Bring your hands to your lower back. Fingers are pointing down over your sit bones. Start to just feel a little tipping forwards. Make sure your knees aren't out wide here. Just make sure they're not together, but hip width apart, even a little bit less than hip width, okay? Bring the hands onto the sit bones. Fingers are pointing down. Start to push your hips and thighs forward. Squeeze your elbows and shoulder blades together. Ground into your toes. And then see how it feels, whether you want to go back into a little Ustrasana. So leave the hands on the lower back. This one will build up through the flow to a full camel for those of you that want to, if the head can go back. Carefully inhale to come up, lift the arms. As you exhale, come down, all fours, push the hands forwards, forearms, tailbone high. Forehead comes down to the mat. Reach the hands forwards, fingertips towards the front of your mat. Lengthen back through your tailbone. For those of you that want to, inhale, lift your head. Exhale, lower your chin. Deep breath in. Long exhale. One hand at a time, either side of your ears. Come up to all fours, looking up. Tuck the toes under, exhale, down facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, swinging it through. Lower the right knee down if you want to here. Otherwise, right hand stays on the floor. And then left hand comes to the knee, left knee. Start to rotate, left arm lifts into the twist. So left arm lifts. Keep the right hand on the mat. That's it. Wonderful. So your belly's sort of moving into your thigh. First round, left hip sinks down towards your right heel to hold. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the left hand down to the inside of the left foot. Bring the right hand up. Slowly pushing back into the right heel. Make sure that all 5 toes of the right foot stay firm on the mat. Rotate to hold. Deep breath in and exhale. Bring the right hand down. Left hand goes to the outside of the foot. Look up and inhale. Step to the front of the mat. And exhale down into a fold. Inhale, lift the arms. Bring your palms together. Exhale, bring the hands down to your lower back. Same as before, fingers down over the sit bones. Feel really like you're pushing in to support your lower back. Let your lower back know you've got it. You've got control here. Squeeze the shoulder blades and elbows together. Push forwards. If you want to, you could just keep gazing straight ahead. If your neck doesn't want to join in, just feel the opening up through your hips, thighs. Feel it through your belly, your chest, your collarbone, and those of you that can, let the head drop back. Inhale, come up slowly. Bring the palms together. And exhale, bring the hands down to your heart. Close the eyes and breathe. Good. Wonderful. So we're going to go through that again with the breath. So nice and smooth rhythm. If you find it difficult to get the movements and the breath all coordinated, just do the movements for now and the breath will come over time. Don't worry if it all feels too much. It starts to get more natural the more you do it. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms up, looking up. Exhale, down into a fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Right foot, exhale it back, lower the knee. Sink into the left foot, inhale, lift the arms up, bring the palms together, looking up if you can. Exhale, hands come down. 3-legged dog, inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, forwards, through plank, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, sink back, bottom onto the heels, forehead to the mat. Slide the hands back with you, fingertips either side of the ears. Inhaling up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, tuck your toes under as you bring your hands to your lower back. Start to tip. Those of you that know it and are okay with it, Ustrasana, you can bring your hands down to your heels. Don't do that today if you've never done it before because I can't see you, so stay upright, okay? Just take it easy, be careful. One hand at a time comes back onto the lower back, lift the arms up, sit back a moment, just take a moment in Virasana, just let the spine settle. And then inhale, lift your arms up. We'll go straight into Anahatasana now. So bring the hands down. Rather than bringing the forearms, just slide forward. Forehead or chin to the mat. Deep breath in. Long exhale. One hand either side of the ears. Come up all fours, looking up. Tuck the toes under. Exhale, down facing dog. Slightly different here now. We're going to inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, swing it through between the palms. Lower your left heel down. We're going to come up to Warrior One. So inhaling to come up, Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Bring the arms in line with the ears to hold. Deep breaths. Sink your shoulders down, ground into your feet. Take your arms out wide. If you haven't got much space where you are, keep the arms in line with your ears, okay? We're going to go into Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. So we're going to start to tip, take the weight into the right leg, lift the left leg. Try to keep the left hip square with your right. You can keep looking straight ahead. You can look down. We're going to hold it for 3, 4, And 5. Bend the knee, lower it back. And come round to warrior 2 as you lower back. So you've dropped your left foot back down to the floor. Your arms are out wide, shoulders are down, tailbone tucks in. Look beyond your right middle finger. From there, turn your right palm up. Inhale, go back to peaceful warrior. Sink a little more into that right knee. And just see if you can go a little bit deeper here today. You don't have to. But this left hand on the back leg, push your fingertips into it. And then just walk them back. Just see if it's possible to maybe just go a little bit deeper than you might normally. From there, inhale, come up. And then we're going to take the right hand to the floor in front of the right foot to Ardha Chandrasana. Now I know that's a challenging pose, but just have a go. Just have a try. So the right hand's gone to the floor just in front of the right toes. You then straighten the right leg to lift the left leg up behind you, flex the foot, lift the left arm, Ardha Chandrasana. Anything with Chandra in it means moon. So it's a Sanskrit word for moon. So Ardha is half. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Sorry to just not give you a modification there. I normally give you another option, but today you just had to do that one. Straighten your right leg. We're going to inhale, reach out, keep the right leg straight. Exhale, come to Trikonasana. Look up to your left thumb. And those of you that want to, bring a left arm over in line with your ear to feel a really good stretch all the way down the left side into the left hip, belly draws in. Ground into the feet, inhale, pushing up. And then you're going to bring the hands down to the hips and swivel to the front of the mat. So the right foot stays where it is. Left foot's gone a little bit out to the side. We did this one last week if you were with me. We've got the hands on the hips. We're going to inhale, lift the left arm. And then exhale, keep the right leg straight and just come down and sweep that left hand, skim the floor, take it back behind and inhale, sweep it up. It's going to do that 3 times. Exhale, sweeping, draw the right hip back, chin towards shin, gaze to the big toe, inhale, come up. One more time, exhale and inhale. And then step to the front of the mat, bring the palms together and close your eyes. Breathing deep. Wonderful. From there, blink your eyes open. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to your lower back. Fingers pointing down, arch, push hips and thighs forward, squeeze elbows and shoulders together. Let the head drop back. Inhale carefully, slowly lift up, lift the arms. Exhale, swan dive down into a fold. Inhale, looking up. Left foot, exhaling it back, lower the knee. Inhale, lift the arms, bring the palms together. Exhale, bring the hands back down, either side of the right foot, lift the left knee, 3-legged dog. Inhale, right leg goes high. Exhale, forwards to plank. If you can, keep the right leg high as you lower. Inhale, point the toes, cobra. Exhale, back into child's, and we'll just take a moment to pause here now. So bring the forehead down and just relax your elbows and pause. And really rejuvenate yourself with your breath. Restore your energy. Wonderful. And then bring the hands back either side of the ears. Push up a little. Make sure the knees are coming in and lift up. If your back's had enough, just bring your hands to your lower back and just take a very, very gentle push forwards, and maybe just focus on squeezing the shoulder blades together, drawing the belly in and lifting the chin slightly, because I know some of you will find all these back bends too much, so don't do any more. If you're okay, we're going to tuck the toes under, we're going to push back, maybe a Strasana. Again, let the head drop back. One hand at a time comes back up onto the knees. Inhale, lift the arms up in line with the ears. Anahatasana, reach the hands forwards and then push them to the front of the mat. Point the toes, bring the chin or forehead down. Deep breath in. Long exhale. Hands either side of the ears, push up all fours, looking up. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale to look up, tuck your toes. Exhale, down facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, swing it through between the hands. Lower your right heel down. Inhale, come up, warrior one. Arms in line with the ears. Square the hips, draw that left hip back. Deep breaths. Then we're going to go into that warrior three. Keep the arms in line with the ears if you don't have space. If you can, take the arms out to shoulder level. Take the gaze down to the floor. Start to tip. Come onto that right big toe. And then push yourself up to warrior three. Don't worry if you can't stay here long. Don't worry at all. Just going to hold it for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knee, drop that right foot back, and then bring the arms up and over into warrior two. So you're aligned to the long side of your mat. Make sure that left knee is not rolling in. Turn your left palm up. Inhale, go back to peaceful warrior. Take the right fingertips firm into your thigh, and then see if you keep pushing into the left knee, keep sinking low, and then maybe walk back another inch or 2. Just strengthen and deepen that peaceful warrior a little bit. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. We're going to go straight over. Left hand's going to the floor just in front of the left toes. Lift your right leg. Foot is flex. Roll the right shoulder back. Heart's rotating to the sky. Right hips opening up. Feel that your left hip bone to your right hip bone, the space between is expanding. From there, bend your left knee, come all the way back up, straighten your left leg. Inhale, reach out over your left leg as far as you can. Exhale, come down, Trikonasana, looking up to your right thumb. And then bring your right arm over in line with your ear. If you'd like to just deepen that stretch a little bit through the right side body. Inhale, coming up. And then bring the hands down to your waist, swivel and step your right foot in and slightly out. So you're back into your stance for this next pose. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Keep the legs straight, keep the left hip drawn back as you exhale, come down. Chin to shin gaze to the big toe as that right hand swings back, inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale to step to the front of the mat. Bring the hands together. Well done. Lovely flow. Beautiful flow. Just finding your breath. Let your eyes close. Let your body relax. Know you've done the hard bits. You can move into a more chilled space now. Good. And to get back into that chill place, we're going to just vinyasa slowly. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, down, down, down into a fold. Slow, 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 slow fold. Inhale, look up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, looking up. Exhaling to fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen up, draw the belly in. Exhale, fold. Then bend the knees a little bit, hands firm to the floor. Step back, doesn't matter which foot goes first. Down, facing dog. Lower to the knees. Take the knees really wide, out as wide as your mat. Big toes come together. Sink back, forehead to the floor. Bring the hands around and rest the hands by your feet. Or bring the hands onto your lower back and just hold on to each other. Hold each hand to just let them sit there and relax. And just allow your body to just really release here. Such a lovely pose. No, this pose is just magnificent for so many things. It's wonderful if you can't sleep at night, if there's space in your bed amongst anyone else who's in it. Get yourself into child's and bring your pillow. So your pillow sort of down your body. Rest your belly on your pillow, bring your head onto it, and that just feels really nice. It's great for the nervous system. Lovely for women, if you have any times when you just feel you need a bit of balancing, then it's lovely just to come to here. At any stage of life, any stage at all, it's just a great pose. Opens up the hips and just calms and soothes the endocrine system, the hormone system, the nervous system. So just allow yourself to be here a few more breaths. And then gently come up and sit on your heels for a moment. So just sit back on your heels if you can. Bring the hands to your sides. Just allow your spine to sink. We're going to do a little twist. So we're going to drop the hips over to the right. Swing the feet to the left. So your right foot's come to center. Your left foot's gone out to the side. Wiggle your foot up your thigh. So your sort of top of your knee and toes are kind of aligned here. And then be on the big toe side of this foot. If it doesn't work for you, just be cross-legged. If you feel really awkward and sort of out of alignment, just be cross-legged. Try and make sure the sit bones are down. Draw your belly in. We're going to inhale to lift up the arms. And then exhale, we'll twist around to the right side. So we're going to take the right hand behind, left hand's coming onto the knee. Twist, twist, twist. And just let it feel therapeutic, let it feel healing, let it feel good for your body. We're not going to go any deeper than this today. Sometimes we get into all sorts of contortions and twists and binds, but today we're just going to stay here and really focus on lengthening up through the spine, into the crown of the head, that twist coming right from the thoracic part of your spine, up through your shoulder blades, shoulders themselves really twisting deep. And just take a little bit of awareness into this left hip and thigh and just feel that you can release it a little more. Nothing major is going to happen on the outside, but just feel that on the inside, there's a real releasing through that left hip. And then inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Take your hands behind you, lean back to swivel the other way, come to sit back upright again, adjust. Make sure again that kneecap and toes are about in line, big toe side of the foot, hands to the sides, roll the shoulders back and down. And then inhale, lift your arms up. And exhale around to your left. Left hand behind, right hand onto the knee. Draw your belly in as you twist. And then slowly inhale to come back to center. Exhale, take your hands behind you again. This time, lean back and stretch your legs out in front of you. And then take your hands behind. Fingers are facing back. So forearms are in. And just have a little arch. Pull the toes back and have a little arch through. Lift the chin. So we've come here several times, many times during the practice this morning. We've really worked with our heart centers, that anahata area. And this is where we want to be living and breathing from now as we try to co-create this new world, this new dawn, this opportunity for change, for transformation. We want to be seeing the world through our hearts. We want to be dreaming the world through our hearts. Forget the mind and all the, oh, but you can't do that. That won't work. And it has to be this way. The heart doesn't understand that. So listen to your heart, your intuition. And just say to yourself, who says that? Who says there's no possibility for change? Who says that it has to be this way? Where did that rule come from? Why do we have to stick to it? And just release. And come to sit up. Bring your hands onto your thighs and really lengthen. Push the backs of your knees down a little. So feel like you're just really activating the back of the legs. There's normally quite a bit that can happen there if you just push down. Draw the belly in, lift up, lift the chin slightly, and then gaze to your big toe. Inhale and exhale, slide forwards towards the feet. If the hands go beyond the feet, just lengthen them in front. Inhale, come all the way back up. Keep that length. Exhale, gliding forwards. Again, if the hands reach beyond the feet, reach forwards and then inhale, slowly come back up. One more time. Exhale, gliding forwards. This time, take hold of wherever you can, your knees, your shins. Think again of pushing the backs of the legs down. From there, inhale, lengthen up. So you're really creating space through the front body, space through the spine, lift the chin. And then exhale, coming forwards into Paschimottanasana, really deep. And just feel again that this is therapy, this is healing for your spine. It's not pain, it's not hurting. It's just a really good stretch that's going to be beneficial for you and your body. We'll glide back up as we inhale, slowly come up and then shuffle forwards on your mats a little bit to come down and hug your knees into your chest. Squeeze the knees in tight. Have a little rock, just feel the spine. And then bring your left foot down to the floor and let your left foot open out. Let your left knee open out. Come onto the little toe side of your left foot. Leave your left hand on your left thigh. A little bit of pressure there would be okay. Take your right hand onto your kneecap and just start to circle that right knee around on its own. Really, really deep, wide circles. One way and then back the other way. And then hug your knee in nice and tight and squeeze it into your chest and then take it out a little way. So it's kind of joining your left knee in its openness, but it's squeezing in and up towards your right armpit. Sink down through your back. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Breathe into your belly. From there, bring the left knee back in and squeeze both knees in tight. Let the right foot go down to the floor. Little toe side of the right foot, let the right knee drop out. Bring the right hand onto the thigh, bring the left hand onto the left kneecap and start to circle that left knee, slow. Guide it around in as wide a circle as you can, really getting right into those clicks and creaks that might be there in the hip socket. Start to go the other way. Wonderful. From there, wrap both hands around your left knee, squeeze the knee in towards your chest, and then take it a little bit out to the side. So squeeze that left knee up in towards your left armpit. Let the right knee stay dropped out. Deep abdominal breaths, deep belly breaths here. And then bring the right knee in to meet the left. If you can, wrap yourself right around now. Hold on to the opposite elbow and hug your nose up and in towards your knees. Maybe some rocking here. Like a squeeze, like a hug. Nice little self hug for you today. Lower the head back, let the arms go out wide and drop the knees and ankles over to the right. Turn the head to the left. Feel like you're extending that left knee, trying to lengthen that left knee away. Inhale, come to center. Exhale over to the left, turn the head to the right. We're going to extend away through that right knee. And then come back to center. From there, we're going to come down into Shavasana. So any other movements you feel your body would like, any other twists or rotations or anything at all, please do take them. Otherwise, get yourself prepared, grab anything and everything that you need. You can never be too comfortable in Shavasana. So important to feel good here. So you can leave your hands on your belly if you want to, or maybe your heart needs a little bit more healing. So the hands could rest on the heart or the solar plexus, or maybe you feel you need grounding, so you could bring your hands onto your hips. Lengthen down through your heels, have a little wriggle through the hips, open up through the lower back, shuffle the shoulders down, maybe lift the head, chin comes into the chest, and then lower the head back down. And breathe. And just let your body sink down into the floor, sink down into the mat. And start to follow that lovely pathway of the breath as it moves in and out of your body. Following that lovely journey that the breath takes in and out. And I want you to imagine that you're resting outside somewhere beautiful, in a garden or an outdoor space. Be completely alone and just enjoy creating the sights and sound, the smells of where you are, somewhere really beautiful. And then come to stand. Perhaps you're on sand or earth or moss. or grass. Again, just be aware of what's around you, any flowers, shrubs, trees, water. See the colours, the sky above, the wildlife, the birds, the animals, the insects. And then see in the distance the roof of what looks like a stone church or temple. You decide to start walking towards it. So just slowly, step by step, perhaps you're barefoot, walking. You see a pathway opening up that leads you to the doorway of this sacred space. So keep walking, keep noticing what you can see. You come to the bottom of 4 steps that are going to take you up to the doorway of this temple. If you have shoes on, remove them. Leave them at the bottom of the steps. And then take 1 step at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. To come to the doorway, opening it easily, you step inside. And you see this beautiful space, but it's bare, it's stone. It's cold beneath your feet as you take small steps to look around and explore. It's a beautiful place. The energy here is so special. You feel really safe, really comfortable, really honored and grateful to be here, to have discovered this secret place. But as you look around, you start to wonder if once this place would have been rich and abundant in decoration. And you start to imagine and see this temple being transformed from plain, bare stone walls and roof into being covered completely in richness. You can create that in your own mind. Create colors, perhaps jewels, perhaps gold set into the stones, perhaps paintings, beautiful artists' work all over the walls, perhaps incredible stained glass, tiling, mosaic, sparkling. You cover this stone temple with your imagination in the most incredible space that you can. Play with it. And you can continue to walk barefoot. Notice what you can create under your feet. What kind of flooring would you create here in this temple? And would you bring in rugs? The most incredible, sumptuous rugs under your bare feet? Would you bring in throws and cushions and places to sit and meditate that just looks so inviting? Would you fill it with lights, candles, fairy lights? Would you allow the sun to stream in? Would you create an altar or a shrine? Would you create a font, water, or some way to access sacred water? Perhaps there also might be offerings of food. Feel that what you've created is overflowing in beauty, What you have created is sacred. It's come from somewhere that we like to call source. Feel that what you've created with your mind, what you can see now, you've created from your heart. It's full of love. And that anyone who comes here now will feel that love, will feel that abundance. And that abundance can be shared with anyone who wants to enter through those doors and join you. Feel that you've created something magnificent, majestic. And that you deserve that, and so does everyone else who might ever come here. They deserve this. They deserve this abundance, to drink this water, to eat these offerings of food, to lie and rest or pray or meditate in these beautiful areas that you've created. And just breathe deep as you imagine, and notice any blocks or obstacles that you're putting in the way of this creation in your mind. Anything that's telling you you shouldn't, or you can't, or it's not possible. Any blocks that tell you there's only scarcity, there isn't enough. Take yourself out of your mind when you notice those thoughts or obstacles standing in your way. Get back into your heart that's full of colour, that's full of riches, it's full of love, full of light. And then take yourself just to sit or lie now. Your hard work is done, imagining. Come to sit or lie here, where in this space you've created. And just take a moment in silence to ask if this space that you've created, this sacred temple, has any message for you. Just don't overthink it, don't analyze, just allow yourself to relax and breathe and just offer up a request. Is there a message for me today? Here. And then just bringing your awareness back a little to your body and to your breath. Just enough awareness to be able to hear my voice again if you drifted off. And we'll finish with, just going to repeat the releasing, cleansing meditation. So just feel free to repeat this in your mind or out loud. I am a being of love and light. Under the power of the moon, my cares and worries are set free into the night sky. I ask that they be transmuted with love into heavenly energy. Free from their weight, I feel liberated and radiant. I sparkle from within and feel a deep connection to the universe. I am nourished with goodness. And I send cosmic showers of love to all mankind and to Mother Earth. I am a being of love and light. So take your time to start to stretch and move. Breathe more deeply again. And then slowly, in your own time, rolling to your right side. Use your right arm as a pillow and just pause there. And then gently come up to sit. Bring your hands together at the heart. Keep the eyes closed. And then when you're ready, lower the head slightly and just blink the eyes open towards the fingertips, lifting the head when you're ready. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Mwah.